Hey, my beautiful angel, Josie Grouse here. Welcome to Soul Awakening channel. In this video, you are going to receive a direct message from angels, from Archangel Michael. What do you need to know? What do you need to do to attract blessings into your life? To welcome new future, new opportunities, becoming healthier, happier every day. And angels are ready to guide us. Angels are ready to show us the way. So if you're here, if you're tuning in, remember this message is for you. It is channeled for you. And if you stay on this live stream, you can ask questions. At the end, you can ask your own personal question and you will receive answers. You will receive special guidance from angels. So for now, here is what you need to know. Remember, you're tuning in for a reason. There is a message for you. There is spiritual guidance for you, opening a new door, opening new life, seeing things differently, changing your attitude, changing the way that you see the world is going to help you to see new possibilities. So here's what you need to know. Archangel Michael is here with us. Let go and let God. Let go and let God. Such beautiful message. What angels want you to know is that you are trying so hard to control every step, control every move, control everyone in your life and everything. Why? Out of fear that sometime in the future things can be painful, things can go wrong, and the only reasonable thing to do is to try to hold on, is to try to manipulate things into order. And that's where angels are asking you, loosen up, create some space, let life flow. It's like you are on your little boat called your body, trying to pedal so hard in this river of life, in strong currents of river. They are just there. And when you try to control, when you try to force things, it's like you are pedaling against the current, against the flow. Guess what? It's exhausting. It's exhausting. Very soon you'll feel like you don't have any energy to go on. Very soon you'll see that trying to hold on to the idea of flowing river, it's impossible. So what they're asking you to do, try to trust life. Let go your grip, let go you need to control. Let go and let God. You did not create this life. You did not create this universe. You didn't even create this body. It's like you showed up here and everything was granted for you. You didn't miss a liver. All of your fingers were just there, just in place. Your eyes could see. The breath was moving through your lungs. It's a perfect design. Who created that? There must be another intelligence. There must be the intelligence called life. And this is what gets the sun up in the morning, what sprinkles the stars in the night sky for you to see. Who does that? Where is this intelligence? Where is this divine design? You can see it everywhere. And you can also see it in yourself. What a beautiful creation. You did not create that. When you're trying to hold on, when you're trying to grasp, attach, try to stop the flow of life, change, so you hold on to the past a little bit longer. So life is going to show you. It's going to stop you somewhere along the way and tell you, Just let go. Try letting go. Try letting go. It's happier. It's a happier path. It's a healthier path. And just see what happens. Let go and let God means that you begin to see this divine design, life that exists with or without you being here. So life that happens on its own, the life that existed way before you showed up, and it's going to continue way after you and I are gone off this planet. So they're asking you, be more trusting. Let go and let God. This is about your future. This is about your vision, your dream, your intention of what you truly, truly want to see to manifest in this lifetime. See it as if you already have it, as if everything you need, love is there in your life now, finances, they're there in your life now. Everything that you are seeking, everything you think is missing from your life, you already have it. It's there. You don't have to charm people into liking you because you are already liked. You are already loved. And you need to see it. You need to see it within yourself, letting go and letting God. Next message from angels is for you to dream big. For you to dream big, to allow yourself to dream big. What do you truly want? Angels are asking you today, what do you want? What do you want? Not what your kids want, not what your spouse wants, not what your parents want. What do you want? This question, if you ask it and you have the answer, angels want you to continue to energize your dream, your desire with your intention, with your attention. But what do you want? If this question stops you in your track and you don't really know what you want, this time, think, start dreaming, start visualizing opportunities, start trusting that intelligence of life is on your side. Trust that the wisdom that created everything you know, everything known and everything unknown, this wisdom has big plans for you. Abundance. It's your birthright. Love by divine design. You're here to experience that. That's part of your life experience. So start dreaming. When you dream, you invite these experiences into your life. You invite these experiences into your life. And now universe becomes your ally. Now universe begins to help you and support you, move you. If you want to live a long life, have a reason. Have a reason for living. Have this intention of what this life is all about for you. Even if you don't even know what the purpose of your life is, even if you're still seeking, maybe you've been seeking your entire life and maybe you just like seeking. Maybe you never even want to find out. Maybe you just like to be a seeker of truth and never really find that truth. What angels always encourage us to dream big, because when you dream big, you move through life with intention. There's something that gets you up in the morning. There's this purpose, there's this desire. Something awakens you, something gets you up and nudges you. Come on, we've got so much to do. Life is your creation. You can be bored as heck and have nothing to do, and it's all just you trying to fit in, trying to be noticed, trying to be liked, trying to get by with just enough. But angels don't want you just to have enough because they know what opportunities you could be missing, what great chances that you are still to take. They're waiting for you. They're all the miracles that you are yet to experience. The list goes on and on and on. But it starts with a dream. It starts with a vision. It starts with the inner desire to move, to create something interesting. Because this is your life. Why not? Why not become a creator rather than just every day take whatever is coming your way, living other people's agendas, not even knowing what is there to want in this life? I had a client yesterday, beautiful, beautiful soul. And she often have conversations with me about her future. And many times she talks about the same people, the same problems, the same disappointments that she has the place where she works. And she wants to know, when will there be a point in her life when things change? Where is her job? Where is her next best thing? Where is that new job that she wants? She wants to quit and work somewhere else. And I asked, what do you want? Where do you want to work? And she hesitated. She didn't know the answer. She couldn't figure out, okay, if she leaves this job that she doesn't like, but what does she want, truly? She never sat down and asked these questions. What do I truly want? What kind of job would make me happy? What kind of environment would uplift me? And guess what? Do you think something changes if you don't know where to go? If all you see is this same environment, the same people, the same issues, it's like the soup that you're boiling in. You are here in this environment. That's all you see. That's all you think about. This environment is going to continue because that's where your energy is. That's where your attention is. So when you start dreaming, ask yourself, what do I want? What do I want? If I don't like my job, what job would truly inspire me? Where would I see myself living my best life, being happy? Where can I use my talents and my gifts? You know what? It all starts with a dream. It all begins with you just dreaming, letting your mind run wild in the dreamland. And from the dream, you will begin to see, your attention will go to this one place where your heart opens and your heart begins to guide and tell you, okay, this is it. This possibility exists. All you have to do is claim it, is to know that it's already yours. And all of the struggle that you're going through, let this be the fuel for you for change, for something new, for something exciting. It does begin with a dream. It starts with a vision of life that you desire, that you dare to dream, because the world will strip you of all of your dreaming. The world, as you know it, needs compliant people, people who'll show up and do their job, who will be fulfilling the needs, who will trade their time for money, who will do what they're told to do. The world is not going to shout out to your dreams, but that's where angels come in. That's where angels, because angels are connected with your higher intelligence. They are connected with your soul, with your spirit, with your higher intelligence. And guess what? Your soul knows what you are capable of. If you can dream it, it means within you there is this potential. There is this unique gift, something absolutely incredible that is waiting for you. And it's up to you whether you want to claim it. But start dreaming and dream as if your life depends on it. Let your dreams be your guiding light, moving into your future, moving with confidence, knowing that there is an intelligence of life that wants you to have greater opportunities, that is on your side, that is supporting you every step of the way. Because when you realize that potential, so many people win. Good for you, good for everybody. Something that will be beneficial for you may bring so much benefit for this entire planet. So angels are telling you, dream big and don't let anybody bring you down. Don't let anyone else's agendas strip you of your ability to dream. Next message. Honest reflection. Honest reflection. Angels are asking you to be truthful. To be truthful, first of all, with yourself. Speak the words of truth. When you lie to yourself, it's the worst kind of lie. First of all, you know, your soul knows that you're lying. You say that you do something, but then you won't do it. Very soon, somewhere in your consciousness, you begin to doubt. You begin to doubt yourself. You know, as a psychic, many people come and ask me questions. And I always remind them that the greatest wisdom that they have, it's not in someone else. It's not in another person's psychic intuition. And the only reason you're seeking psychic guidance is because you have not been honest with yourself. You've lied to yourself so many times that you don't even trust yourself anymore. You said so many things, you made so many promises to yourself, but you failed to keep these promises. So you think that someone else's opinion matters, that someone else's guidance is more important than your own divine intelligence that is within you. And angels are telling you, honest reflection, be honest with yourself. From now on, make a decision to speak truth to yourself. If you can't do something, if you are unable to fulfill a promise, just be honest about it and say, you know, this time I have to release myself. I have to release myself from the need to be a certain person, to earn this much money. I have to release myself. I won't be able to do it at this point, and I'm okay. When you say these things, when you acknowledge yourself as the person who's human, that you have within you, the humanity, the imperfection, you are imperfectly perfect in the eyes of the Spirit. You are divine and perfect. But the expectations that you put on yourself are not even your expectations. You just see other people do certain things, say certain things, and you think you ought to do the same. You have to be that certain person too. And you begin to promise. You begin to say things. You begin to rely on some kind of outside validation to give you the energy, to give you the inspiration, to give you the drive, but it never comes from the outside, only comes from within. So, honest reflection is about being honest with yourself. Be honest with other people. Make a decision to speak the truth. In situations when you know that the truth is a difficult choice, remember what the angels are asking you. This is a test. Honesty is the highest spiritual perspective, the highest. It's much easier to come up with a lie, a quick fix, not to hurt anyone's feelings. When you speak your truth with kindness, when you are open and when you're honest, you have nothing to hide. You go at the end of the day, you go to sleep at peace. There's no chatter, there is no dialogue in your brain, there is no voices, there's no voice that tells you, criticizes you. You are at peace. So angels speak truth. There's no other than the truth. Angels can only relate to the concept of truth. And that's where we mixed up. We think that angels must be like us, that they will see our truth and they will punish the other bad people because they are not truthful. But deep inside, you know that your truth is this truly the truth? Or maybe another person also have their own truth and they're living from their own place of truthfulness. Truth, it's a challenge, but they're asking you, be honest, honest reflection, say the words of truth to yourself, start speaking truth, be truthful with yourself, be truthful with the world. Everything will work out because there is this law, the law of speaking the truth. All right, so 2 more messages for you guys from angels. Everything comes in perfect timing. Beautiful reminder. Everything comes in perfect timing. This is a reminder for all of us that our timing may not always be the divine timing, and we don't know what the divine timing is. So when you know there is such thing as divine timing, you stop rushing. You relax, knowing that whatever you truly want will be there on time, without delay. And perfect timing, we know something about timing. We know how much time it takes for a human being to be born, from a tiny cell to develop into a fully functioning organism. Fully functioning body takes 9 months. There's a different date for seed of a tree. There's a different date for a baby goat. There are different dates. There are different seeds. There are different maturity times, periods. So whatever you want, whatever you truly desire, there is a divine seed for that. And you don't know what that seed is, but you also know there is a divine timing. In divine timing, it will be manufactured, manifested. It will show up just on time. So release your worry and frustrations. It takes too long. I just can't do it anymore. It takes forever. I have to go to this job that I don't like and see all these people. When will I experience my miracle? When will angels come and save me from all these negative people? Oh, when? So that frustration, lack of faith, lack of trust, lack of divine connection, letting go and letting God, that's the first message that you have heard today, comes with an honest reflection and knowing that everything that you want already exists. So you live not from the state of lack, but from the state of trust and openness. Every day you are grateful. You thank life for your perfect job, for your ideal partner, for the love of your life, for that abundance. You're thankful. You wake up, you smile, you breathe, and you pour your heart out in gratitude, that is going to show up as miracles for you. Frustrations will actually close the door in manifestation. So that's what they want you to remember. Relax, knowing that everything comes in perfect timing. That timing is the divine timing. If you trust the divine timing, you'll never need for anything, because you know that everything shows up just on time. And you are okay with that. You're not telling God how to manifest. Okay? Now, final message for you. And then you just stay here. I'll give you a personal message. Couple of you here. Speak your truth with kindness. I love that. Look, you guys. So we did speak about the truth. They did speak about the truth in honest reflection. But now they're speaking about speak your truth with kindness. And the key word is kindness, being kind. Kindness, many of us perceive kindness as a weakness. We feel if we're kind, then people will take advantage of us. But if you think about every spiritual teacher who walked this earth, would you say that their probably top 3 qualities was kindness was one of the top 3? And when they spoke from the heart. When your heart is open, when your heart is filled with love, the love flows through your heart, goes through your throat, and expresses itself as love, as the words of generous kindness. Being generous with your energy. When you speak your truth with kindness, you speak from the place of love, not from a place of judgment. And the world pushes you into judgment urgently. It's easier to judge than to figure out a kind way to approach things, because judgment produces enormous energy. But this is not your energy. You don't own this energy. When you produce judgment with anger, with disappointment, with energy of hate, you don't own these emotions. There are structures of this planet that own these low frequency emotions. You are triggered. So this energy goes for the needs of these structures. And the world is interested in you being reactive, okay? Because that's how everything is run, on impulsiveness, reactivity, and judgment is much more desirable than kindness. For sure, in the eyes of the world, in the eyes of the powers that run this planet. But you are here because you have higher intelligence. You aren't just an animal with instincts. You have higher faculties. You have a soul, universal intelligence. You can make a choice. But to make a better choice, you need to wake up. You need to wake up to this other reality of you being a person with the soul, with a spirit, with higher faculties, with higher intelligence within you. This is your creative life. These are your creative faculties, because when you start creating, guess what? You begin to own your life. When you don't own your life, someone else owns your life. And you can see it where your energy goes every day. So taking your power back, kindness speaks about your connection with the soul. If your heart is open, you feel safe in this world. If your heart is open, you feel at peace with the world. When your heart is open, it's filled with generous giving. When the heart is closed, all you do is take, take, take. People owe you something. You constantly expect threats from the outside. If you don't take this away, someone else will take that from you. This is this hyper survival that drains your energy, that pushes you into judgment. Speaking your truth with kindness, angels will give us this option. Have you ever seen an angel being judgmental? Is there a story about Archangel that speaks about how reactive they are and how they picked a fist fight with somebody over dinner? We hear about great adventures of angels. We hear about the battles that happen between good and evil. But that's again, these old stories. They are codes that show us the true realities of life. But in essence, every angel, every spiritual teacher who walked this planet, all they wanted us to show, all they wanted us to be aware of, is there is another choice, a higher wisdom. When you operate of the higher wisdom, from that higher perspective, you connect with your eternal source, the source of creative power, the source of creative potential. Otherwise, the only thing you know that is true is your name. And your name is not even your name because that's what your parents gave you. Someone else called you John. If they called you Bill, then you would be Bill. But someone called you by this other name, and this is how life works. We tend to orient ourselves to what other people tell us, that we don't belong to ourselves, that we have life that is very, very entangled with the events of the world. We don't think about creating anything new. But angels are here to tell us there is a greater life. There is a greater possibility. Remember that. Speak your words. Speak your truth with kindness. Okay, Disha, I have a question. I can see your beautiful message here. And Disha, let me answer your question and also give you a personal message from Archangel Michael. So Disha here asks, previous video you said that Archangel Michael is not a personal angel. It's a collective system of light. So can I ask to help Archangel Michael? Is it selfish to ask for help? So when we ask angels for help, the only way we can understand this relationship is by looking at our own relationships. Just like we have in our world, in our reality, we have relationships with our loved ones, right? We have relationships with our parents. We have relationships with the systems, people in the systems. So we cannot comprehend how exactly we're supposed to communicate with angels, because for us, we can only experience life in the physical body. If I'm aware of something, it means it's personal to me. Everything that I can experience in my body feels personal to me. Even if I look at the sun is personal to me. Everybody sees the sun, but I can only experience sun in my life, in my vision, in my view. I can get out and I can spread my body and receive the warmth from the sun and beautiful sunlight and breathe the sunlight, really soak in this light. And this would be me experiencing this personal energy, the light of the sun. This is personal, right? You cannot say sun is ignoring Josie today. She won't be getting her vitamin D. She won't be getting out in the sunlight. The sun is going to shine over here, but not over here, over there, but not over here. In the same way, it is difficult to us to understand how can Archangel Michael, this grand being, how can Archangel Michael be with Julie in Australia and with Disha in I don't know, somewhere in North America, for example? We don't understand it. We have our human ways to, we're trying to understand angels with our human mind. And angels, there are levels to understand angels. We can simply connect with them and experience the light of the sun, right? In the same way, we can ask Archangel Michael and we can experience his beautiful energy. We can feel his presence. We can feel his strength, his power, just like we can experience the light of the sun. It does not mean the sun necessarily is aware of shining upon us with a purpose. It does not necessarily mean that in this moment, Archangel Michael's energy is as if he is this father figure or a brother figure with a sword just here by our side. So that helps us to connect with them. This helps us to make this relationship personal, to feel them. And it is personal for us. It's both personal and impersonal, like the sun. It's both. It's impersonal and it's completely impersonal. Angels, on the higher level of understanding, they aren't necessarily who we think they are in our human mind. It's kind of like God. We know that God made us to his image, but we reversed this. We just now made God in our image, looking like a human being, like an old man with a beard and stuff. So we think of angels, okay, they're flying. They must be with wings because we see birds flying. So we created these creatures. We impersonated them. We gave them human features, beautiful. Like tall people, white hair, with the robes and whatever. We want them to be like us because that what makes them personal to us. That what makes our relationship with angels personal. And they are personal to us, right? Because we can experience angels individually in our lives. At the same time, we also know that Archangel Michael can be with everybody, every being, every soul. This is where we will connect to the universal energy of Archangel Michael. And Archangel Michael, of course, on that other level, is impartial, impersonal. And that's good news, because if angels were personal to us, think about it. In our world, personal, right? It means that they will like us, but they won't like all these other people. People we hate, people we have beef with, the people who trouble us. We want angels to be on our side. But what if angels will part with us and take other people's side, and now we are the bad guy? Do we really want that? So, in reality, this never happens because angels don't have that ability to judge, or they just choose not to judge. They welcome everything, and from that frequency of where they relate to us, how they connect with us, they uplift us to some kind of oneness, so we don't see things separated. That we begin to see things as they are, as they were created. Is this making sense? I hope I answered your question, Disha. My beautiful angel. Let's see if I can answer some of the other questions. And Bridget's message here on Facebook. Angels guide you to best job offer to the highest paid work that you will enjoy for happiness and highest of well-being. So Bridget sends you all a big blessing from angels. Thank you. Thank you, Bridget. That is so beautiful. Naomi, I love a message if drawn from my angels. I had a dream of Archangel last night, but I'm not sure if the message was what the message was. The message exactly what I needed. Thank you, soul sister. I'm going to give you another message, Naomi, just and see what they want you to know. Oh, so a reversed change in work situation. I have to tell you, there's something to do with your new work situation that may be delayed at the moment, but looking into the new year with confidence. Okay, some new opportunities, expect new possibilities. That's what they're saying. There is a small delay, but it's only temporary, and you will experience new opportunities. Natalie on YouTube. How do you stay in the light in such negative world? Um, how do you stay in the light? By giving your attention to the light, Natalie. It's it's just it's easy. It's simple, but it's not easy. Everywhere you give attention, you give your energy and you create this reality. I create it. Whatever I put my attention on, I create. Guaranteed by law. As a creative beings, we have this choice to create our own reality. And we do that really well. We do it by directing our attention, directing our thoughts. If the world, that this negative world I told you earlier about a client of mine, the story I told you earlier, it's kind of like speaks to the same matter. That when we focus on the negative world, when we put our energy on the negative world, you could be in the family with a lot of negative people. And if this reality, if that's where you put your attention, this is the reality that will be showing up over and over again, over and over again, over and over again. What angels want us to be awakened from these cycles, and they want us to understand how powerful we are in the way that we create the negative world, the positive world. For angels, there is no right or wrong, positive or negative. The reality is just is. Somehow, through in our minds, we begin to differentiate. This is good, this is bad. This is a positive world, this is a negative world. And your energy goes to the negative. That's what is going to appear over and over and over and over again. Negative. Directing it into another direction, just putting your attention into another direction, is going to start creating a very different world. So you do it through gratitude. I promise you, there is nothing more powerful than gratitude. Gratitude is a law. It's a spiritual law that changes your perspective, that changes your energy right away from negative to positive. You begin to see your blessings and you begin to appreciate life. Many times when we focus on negative things, we begin to take life for granted. We begin to take people for granted. We begin to take ourselves for granted. We begin to take our past for granted. Depreciate everything, all of the experiences that we have. Gratitude is this magical ingredient. If you can go into, like, with one word, into your future that is going to be transformative in any way, shape, or form, this is gratitude. Because what you think you want, what you think is missing from your life, you can bring through gratitude. Many of us think that if we only had this person in our lives, we would be happy. If we only had a better world, if people weren't such jackasses, We would have a better world if I only had that much money, I would be a much happier person. But if I tell you, okay, tomorrow you will have the love of your life, but you won't wake up the day after, what would you choose? What would you choose? You will choose life. In all terms and conditions, your choice will be life. You want to experience life, and you are already experiencing life. And when we take things for granted, it's because we have forgotten this one fact, that life is this unique experience that happens here and now. And by focusing on that experience here and now, and by being grateful for that experience here and now, we completely transform our reality. Because now we focus on things that matter, that truly matter, that give us the energy, the drive, the joy. Open our hearts, give us this generous flow of energy, put a lot of good and blessings in front of us. Gratitude brings blessings. When you are truly grateful and you begin to be grateful for everything, the fact that you're breathing now, with the depth of appreciation of this one fact, if I sit down and I begin to think of how grateful I am, the gratefulness, the blessing of being alive, the fact that I can breathe and I can experience life and my eyes can see the light, and this whole miraculous experience is happening here and now, not in the future. It makes me feel so grateful. So this gratitude now attracts your attention into a positive future, and that future is going to be created. Energy flows where your attention goes. If there's a negative anything, it's been too much energy directed to create that reality. To change that, there is the only door, and it's called gratitude. You're very welcome, Olivia. My pleasure. Lisa, uh, while on my spiritual journey, do I have to feel so alone? If we're meant to share love and light, who am I supposed to share it with? Feeling very confused. I don't know what I should be doing. Lisa, that's such a beautiful question. And part of the spiritual journey is to go through this period of soul searching, is to feel this isolation, feel how this world now begins to transform. And going through the spiritual journey, you can get to this place. It's called the dark night of the soul. It's a place where you are facing your worst fears. It's the time when you feel like the world, you can't go back to the old world, old reality, because old reality doesn't exist anymore. But you don't even know what that new world is like, what the spiritual life is all about. You can't go back to being friends with so many other people. And this is part of the path. This is part of the journey. The only way that I know, because I've gone through this path so many times, and moments when I feel like, okay, this is so spiritually fulfilling and enlightening, I have to go through some other dark passages on my journey again. But I also know all of this spiritual path makes me stronger. It dissolves all fear that I had. Some of the experiences that I had were terrifying, such as experiencing my own death, such as becoming very aware of what this reality is. And this whole realization of how impermanent this life is, of how this body is impermanent, and you can see it from the other side, you're not seeing it from the body's perspective. It really can't be, it can break this small little fearful part within yourself. and set you free. It can set you free because if you can go through the spiritual path, you realize there is nothing to fear. There's nothing to fear. All fear just disappears. And solitude is the name of the spiritual, it's a spiritual game. Solitude. Loneliness is not the same as solitude. Spirituality calls you for solitude. Is where you seek solitude. Is where you find most fulfilling moments in solitude, where you are at peace with the world and at peace with yourself. Loneliness comes from that fearful self that is still in process of searching. That fearful self will tell you, but I'm alone. I didn't sign up for that. I want to belong. I want to be somewhere else. I want to be with people. I want to have someone by my side. I'm supposed to have a soulmate. I'm supposed to be with someone, but I feel so alone. I'm lonely. It comes from, again, the deep need, from deep desire for connection. And that yearning, this is the lack. This is you experiencing lack of that closeness, lack of connection, lack of fulfillment in this moment. Just keep on going. This will be transformed. This will be transmuted into a higher feeling of, I am completely at peace as I am. I am whole as I was created. Nothing is missing from my life. So these moments of transcendence, when you realize that you are complete within yourself, then in these moments you'll have no one to make you happy because you are happy already. There is no one to complete you. There is no person who can make you, who entertain you or keep you company, because you realize that you have been completed, so to say, in your spiritual understanding of yourself. So keep on going. In moments when you feel whole and complete, you begin to attract into your life different kind of people. You begin to attract and bring people into your life who are complete within themselves. If you feel broken, if you feel alone, what you're seeking by default are people who are broken, who are alone, who need company, who need validation, who need closeness, who need intimacy, who can't feel whole without that external other, the external source. But the spiritual path is returning back to wholeness, knowing that you are already complete. So in the flow of life, when we come into this world, we come with nothing. And when we leave with nothing. We don't take our possessions with us. We don't take our loved ones with us. So we come in as whole and we leave as complete. Nobody will tell us, oh, you forgot your other half. Go wake him up, okay? Because now two of you go for the price of one. So the spiritual path is just to see this wholeness and completeness within yourself, is to live from your heart. When you live and love from the heart, you are generous, you are giving. When the heart is closed, that's when you feel lonely. That's when you feel like somebody out there must come and to fix this. Somebody out there must come and keep me company. And the transcendence that happens with spirituality, an opening of the heart, is that everything you want, you already have it. So living from the heart is experiencing generosity through your heart when you're not asking anything for anyone for anything, that you have this generous attitude. I'm here to share life with. others. I am here because I am in this unique opportunity to experience physical life in the physical body, on the physical planet, with all these other people. What a miracle. All right. I hope this was of service to you guys. Anyways, thank you so much for tuning in, and keep those questions coming. If you guys want me to do a video on a certain topic or share with you some spiritual wisdom, that's what I'm here for. Sending you lots of love. Be well. Be blessed, my angels. I'll chat with you in the next video.